a great guy all around. That's one of the main reasons I committed here. Having other offers, but it's just the kind of guy he is. He's a genuine coach. He wants what's best for his players, and he does he's got a great coaching style. And like I say, he's a great guy on and off the field. And I think everyone that gets around him sees that. And and he's just a great coach. So I think that's why he got the extension.
What have you seen from Iowa State so far on film? What challenges are they going to present? Are they different than what you've seen in the past?
Yeah, I mean, they're different. They got a brand new coaching staff, new defensive coordinator, and so a lot of our, a lot of the stuff we've been watching has been from a different team in Toledo. But we got to expect anything with these guys. Last year we didn't know if they were going to come out in a 3-down or a 4-down, and we practiced both all week, so you never know what you're going to get. We can try and focus on certain things, but as long as we come out ready to play and do play Iowa football, play our best football, we'll give ourselves a good opportunity.
If a team struggles given week to week, how easy is it to overcorrect or get lost in trying too hard to overcorrect?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How easy is it to overcorrect or try a little too hard to correct some mistakes in practice?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends. I think we do a good job here in Iowa at looking at the film, looking at the mistakes we made from the previous week, and trying to correct them so that when the next game, if it shows up again, we'll have it worked out. And we do a good job at looking at that tape and correcting it on Sundays, but then moving past it and moving on to the next game plan. We're not trying to focus much on last week at all. We played well, we came out and got the win, but we moved on past that, made our corrections, and we're on to Iowa State.
When you look at your performance last year at Iowa State, especially in the second quarter when you needed it the most, you came up with your team and you came up with a lot of big plays to tie the game up. What do you remember about that, like the play where you almost got sacked in the end zone, and then the following play, the run that you made for 45, 50 yards?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember much about it. It was just kind of a bootleg play, and didn't like anybody downfield. Didn't look like anybody was open. So, I mean, I didn't think I was going to get much yards out of it, maybe a few yards, and broke a couple of tackles. But I think that was just the way the entire season went. It didn't matter how far we got down in games. There were a lot of close games we would get down, but we knew we never panicked. Even in that game, we were down at half. We never panicked. We knew that we would get it rolling at some point, and we did just that in the second half and started putting a couple of drives together, got a couple touchdowns. And, even when we had a good drive going, Jordan fumbled, we didn't panic. We had a level head on our shoulder and knew we were going to come out and win.
Coach Davis has talked about how he's giving you more freedom at the line of scrimmage this year. Was there a lot more freedom this past Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit more. It was kind of one of our simpler game plans that we usually have of the year, and I felt like it didn't matter what we had called. The offensive line, the running backs were hitting the holes. The offensive line was opening holes for them, and I felt like we could do a lot of stuff in the run game, no matter what it was. And they got to a point where they did some stuff different than we saw on tape. We got it corrected, and the line and the backs responded, and they did a good job.
Avoiding that safety was such a huge play at that given time. What was going through your mind? I mean, did you see the goal line? Did you just try to stretch it out just to avoid the safety?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously you'd like to have more time back there, especially backed up like that. We were going to take a shot down the field, but the way it happened, protection broke down, and the guy came free. So, I just knew I couldn't take a safety in that situation, especially at that point in the game, backed up like that. So I did everything I could to get, across the line, and ended up working out.
And then that flip to Canzeri, you just ran like 45 yards. You looked,
yeah.
I'm sure you're probably pretty gassed.
Yeah, I was dead after that play. I flipped it to him, got hit, and I was just laying there for a second, like just kind of taking a couple seconds rest on the field. But I was tired, but I can't remember if we ended up scoring that drive. I think we did to Talon, maybe. But at times like that, you guys got to make plays, and Jordan did a good job getting open and made a big play, and Talon made a big catch in that drive.
Do you still have that kind of
wiggle room in your game, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. I'm feeling good, feeling healthy. So, last week didn't really have an opportunity to have to tug it down and run it. But if that's necessary, I definitely think, and I'll be able to do that.
TV announcers mentioned something about you and Coach Davis texting each other about plays. Is that something you guys do every week? You kind of give them 4 or 5 plays you want?
Yeah, I mean, this was the first game of the season, and our relationship has grown over the past, going into 5 years with him, and I think he understands that he wants my opinion on some things about what plays I like versus other plays, because he wants me to feel comfortable in there. Talking about certain shot plays, pass plays, and he texted me the day before the game, asked me what my favorite plays were in this game plan. I shot him a text back, and I told him what I thought my favorite ones were, and he uses that in his an idea of what he's going to call during the game.
Did you get to those plays?
Yeah, we got to a couple of them actually. The flea flicker was one of them, and so that was a big play in the game, and there were a couple more, but I just don't remember exactly.
Can you describe last year, as a first-year starter, going into Ames, going into Jack Trice? You don't seem like the kind of guy who gets nervous. Were you nervous at all?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't nervous. I mean, I was nervous last week for that game. I think if you don't get nervous for a game, you're not having fun. I think that's one of the best parts about it. Competition is getting nervous, the butterflies you get in your stomach before the game. But you don't want to get to a point where you're so nervous that you can't function. And I never let myself get to that point. I'm always, I can stay in control of myself. I like getting a little nervous. But once that first couple plays happen on the field, they kind of go away, and it's all football from there.
When did you first meet Nathan Stanley, and what was your first impression?
I met him I feel like it was my sophomore year. He was a junior or something, or maybe a sophomore. Met him at a little player panel with him and his dad, and at the time, Coach Davis was just saying he's a quarterback from Wisconsin that we want to get here, and we didn't think much of it, and then seeing him on his official visit, and he committed here. Being around him all summer and stuff, and going into the season, he's a smart player. Got a great arm, a really strong arm, smart kid, and a good kid.
What do you think about him burning his red shirt, and what that says about his future?
Yeah, I mean, I think it says a lot. I love all the quarterbacks. I love Weeks. I love Nate. And Drew Cook. They're all doing a good job and stuff. But I think it does say a lot when it's tough to come in here as a true freshman quarterback and play, and he played in the first game already, and I think that says a lot about his talent. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of ability. He's got a lot of learning to do, a lot of improving to do as well. But I think someday he's going to be good.
What rivalries did you have growing up at Battleground Academy when you guys played football? And were you guys all Redskins fans? Did you have to be Redskins fans?
No, I was actually a Chargers fan.
Chargers,
So when I was growing up, my grandpa was with the Chargers, and so I grew up a diehard Chargers fan. Yeah.
Anything else for CJ? Thanks, CJ.